I'm Ronald Jr. and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about are neck shims good or bad. There's a lot of stuff on the internet and a lot of tone theory going on, but let's dig deep into that today. If you have a bolt-on guitar neck, sometimes it does require a shim. How many times have you gotten a Stratocaster style guitar, a Telecaster style guitar, any bolt-on neck guitar, and you've taken off the neck and you've seen a little piece of cardboard, a matchbook, or sandpaper, or even a guitar pick in the front of your neck pocket just fall out? That's because they shimmed the neck. Now, there's a little bit more professional ways to shim a neck without using a guitar pick, but a lot of people say if you shim a guitar neck, the guitar isn't made right, or you lose tone, and all this stuff. There's so much garbage on the internet that makes people believe this stuff, and honestly, when you get down to the basics, it's has nothing to do with tone and the guitar being built wrong. Because I think it's kind of funny that Leo Fender designed a Stratocaster with a micro tilt adjustment once, and it's just a fancier way of shimming your guitar neck. We don't think that way. We just say a neck shim is bad on a guitar because the guitar pocket wasn't designed right. A bolt-on neck guitar is designed, the neck is designed, pretty much parallel with the body. It's not nothing fancy, and sometimes we have to shim the front of the neck up here to achieve, a 2 to 3 degree angle to get a little bit lower action. Some guitars don't. This guitar I built, and it doesn't require a neck shim at all. You get lucky like that sometimes, but sometimes we're unfortunate. This happens on higher end guitars also. So when you shim your neck, you're not going to lose tone. It's not going to say, okay, you had to shim the neck on this guitar. You just paid $2,500 for this guitar and you had to shim the neck. The neck pocket isn't right and the guitar is junk. That's not true. That's false information, and you're not going to lose tone. Because if you do a little bit of experiment and pour wax in your neck pocket and tighten down your neck, you'll see your neck really doesn't fit like you think it does in your mind. I could hand you a guitar that has a neck shim in it and you'll love it, and it'll resonate through the body and it'll vibrate and it sounds good until I tell you that there's a shim in the neck pocket, and then your mind automatically goes, okay, there's a shim in that, I don't like this guitar, and I lost tone. It's all in your mind when it comes to tone. It's really in your mind when it comes to a shim. Once you know that shim's in there, you're like, oh, there's air in the body now, there's a gap, and we've lost tone, which is not true. When you shim a neck, you can shim it with a cardboard box, you can shim it with a little cutout piece of sandpaper, and it's just millimeters you're shimming. It's not like you're putting a big gap from the body and you just have the back of the wood hitting. That's not true. You just have millimeters coming up, and you got the sides and almost all the back touching when you use something like that. Or you can get on StewMac and get their great big shims, like it's the whole width of the neck pocket, where you can make your own. And that's the kind that I recommend, is the full-size shims, because it doesn't leave no room for air to get under there. In my mind, I just think it's a little bit more professional to shim a neck that way. Instead of, if a guitar comes to me and the neck does need shim because they got the action, we'll use this for example, we'll say the action is low as they can get it, and the neck down here is like this, and the action's still super high and they can't go any lower, you're going to have to shim the neck. And I think it's a little bit more professional when I use a full-size wooden shim to put in there, and I shim it the right way and adjust the action where it needs to be. And when the next guy works on this guitar, he can take it apart and be like, oh, wow, that's professional shimmed, not a pick flying out of there or a piece of cardboard, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, or painter's tape. I've used painter's tape in a pinch. There's nothing wrong with using that stuff, but from my standpoint and being more professional and doing stuff the right way, I like to use full-size shims. So do you lose tone when you use a shim, no, you're not going to tell a difference. You're going to tell your mind that there's going to be a difference in there. You know how many guitars that you play that have shims in it from the factory, and that guitar sounds great to you? So, is it good or bad? Does it mean your guitar's messed up? No. Some bolt-on necks are going to need shimmed. That's just the cold hard truth. There's nothing wrong with the body of your guitar or your neck. You just gotta shim it sometimes. And like this one, I did not have to shim nothing. It's perfect for some reason. First time for everything for me. But yeah, so that's the truth about shims. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't yet. I'm Ronald Jr., and I'll see you guys next time.